Okay, here we go. We're at the end. I worked hard to try to get the camera lined up really well. I apologize. I know some of the videos had some bad audio, but what are you going to do? Maybe we'll try and get a microphone or something set up at some point. All right, so here's our sandwich. There's that cover. Very nice, very smooth. It's got a lot of gloss, or at least shine to it. These Captain Marvel books sometimes just don't feel like they got a ton of gloss. Not like we expect with books, but it's definitely got a lot of luster, as Paul would say. So of course, Jack, he's been such a big help. Here, scoot back over there. And there's the back side of the book. You know, again, not much we could do with a lot of that spine. I mean, it's just dirty and such. But I think, Jack. But I think a lot of our preparation has made its own luck here. And you can see how the edge comes all the way out. So there's our missing chip. Yeah, so I think it's a miscut on the cover, not any kind of shrinkage or anything. But yeah, everything's all attached. Really can't even see any of the you can see it on the wraps, of course, the tear seals and things like that, but on the cover I don't even see that's noticeable. But you know, this book can now be flipped through, it can be read, it can be enjoyed. Let me see if I can get Jack to move one side or the other. Can we scoot over? You've been a great help, but people want to see the book. People want to see the book. How much cat hair you think is in the book, Jack? All right. Let's see if I can scoot Jack just a little bit more. All right. One thing I'd like to do. All right, one thing I like to do afterwards, you can just give it a nice rub, just kind of buff it a little bit. You know, there might be some residual something that can come off, and it should really help the look of the cover. Oh yeah, see, that brightened that up quite a bit. Got some nice gloss and such coming back to it. And we can do the same thing on the back cover. There we go. Oh yeah, so nice. So now, like I said, we can actually flip through the book. We can read the book. All the pages. Oh, the pages feel so good. So supple. They don't feel weak either. There's your centerfold. So I didn't mess up and if you notice too, we try to do a lot of the tear seals and such on the back side of the folds, on the back side of the pages. But yeah, those staples are in there really well. Remember, we had a pop staple down here. Oh, so that's probably where that chip came from, because my thumb is falling right there on it. For people reading that book. And that book looked well loved. I mean, remember the spine fold that it had. I love you kind of get a little mixture of these few others. Then your very ending story is another Captain Marvel story. And I was thinking last night, I think this is my only Marvel family book. For some reason, I don't see the Marvel family books too much. You see the Captain Marvels, you see Wiz. I don't see Captain Marvel Jr. too much. So and there you go. Again, can't really even see where we did any of those repairs, and you know, looks just nice and sturdy. I mean, you don't want to be, you know, flinging this around. You know, you wasn't going to turn it into a perfect book by any means, but you know, I definitely think we have changed this book from what it was. You know, I didn't worry about that rust on the cover there. We did clean the staples. They look great. The staples are nice and tight in there now. We could have maybe used some Evaporust on the cover itself, but I wanted to do some I've done Evaporust on interiors, but never on the covers. So I'd want to do a little bit more experimentation before I committed something like that. But again, this wasn't a book we were trying to get to, you know, like an 8.0 or anything. That's just unrealistic. But from where it was at a 1.5, y'all tell me. You tell me below what you think this book would now grade at. If we were to send it in, I don't know if it'd get up to a 4, maybe a 3, 2.5. I'm just not sure. I mean, it's so nice and flat now. I don't think they count off much for these miscuts for these older books. Probably would count off a little bit on, they'll see the rust, but you know, and we wouldn't lie to CGC or anybody. You know, I'd send in some conservator notes letting them know what was done. So we would definitely try to get that conserved grade versus a restored grade. But I just couldn't be happier with the results this first time. I've really, man, the spine is just so much more stable and such now. You know, this isn't something that, you know, I've really attempted before, of this full type of conservation with doing every single page. I've done a lot of covers, the first couple of interior wraps and such, but you know, this, it took me about 3 days to get all the wraps cleaned and tear seals, but super great. I'm very happy. I hope you enjoyed this series. I hope you enjoyed Jack. Jack was such a help with all this, for sure. So, be sure and leave Jack a like and everything. But let me know if you'd like to see more of these. I have several other Golden Age books. I'm also going to some cons in the next couple of months and looking for some project books. So yeah, so if you stuck with me throughout this whole time, I really appreciate you. I really thank you so much, and can't say enough for how enjoyable this whole process was.